Hi, so everybody. This is Yeager here, and today's video is about Tinder and whether or not you can succeed in it or how to succeed in it. I don't fucking know. The point of this video is like kind of response to a lot of the guys who constantly complain about why they can't get that many matches on Tinder, or if they do get matches on Tinder, is like it doesn't really work out, or it's with ugly chicks, or sometimes it's like they may get like no matches for like almost a month or some shit like that. And so the reason I'm talking about is primarily because I was in those shoes. I was a guy who probably got like roughly 8 matches in 2 or 3 months, and maybe like 4 or like 6 of the girls who I matched with were primarily ugly or unattractive, some shit. 2 of them were attractive, but once again, they would talk to me, but it never really gone off anywhere else. And that's kind of how Tinder even works for me, particularly. But anyways, yeah, for me, for like 2 or 3 months, I had like at most 8 matches, but only 4 really ever talked to me. And eventually, and the rest of them I unmatched, of course, because they weren't that attractive. I was like, nah, I'm not interested. And, after a while, for a guy like myself who didn't have a girlfriend at the time, I still don't have a girlfriend actually, what the fuck am I talking about, but I wasn't dating or anything. I mean, I did date this girl before, but after, it didn't work out, so I felt bummed out and a bit depressed, so I decided to take a few pictures of myself. Most of them were like face pictures and some shit like that, and posted them on Tinder. I got a gold membership for like $13. It was super, super expensive. I don't know why I even paid that much, to be honest with you, but I did. And after like a month or two, I forget that, after like a day or two, maybe even a week or so, it's like you start to become really bogged down when you start to realize that the only people who are attracted to you are ugly people or like really fat girls and some shit like that. And when you do end up getting matched by cute girls, when they immediately unmatch you, it's kind of like even worse than even if they did match with you, because you have this built-up expectation of them wanting to talk with you or be with you, and then when they immediately unmatch, it really bogs you down. And what's even worse is when a girl just does even like take a step further. She actually does match with you, and then you send her a message, but then she immediately unmatches, or she may send one message and she never responds anytime after that, or after a while she unmatches. It kind of really breaks your spirit a little bit, especially if you're not confident in yourself, especially if you're socially awkward and so it's hard for you to talk to women. Anyways, my experience after a while is that I started, Googling, pickup artists and shit like that. And pickup artists are like the most sketchiest people of all time. They seem like rapists, like sexual assaulters, And I'm not saying that I haven't made moves against women myself, but at the same time, like, these guys look like I never raped a girl ever, and these guys look like they raped women, or they're out to rape women. You know what I mean? I mean, touching a girl wrong, you can apologize for that if it's like a mistake, but these guys look like they're doing it on purpose and they don't even give a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? It's like these guys are like, it just, when I see them, it's like I feel like less encouraged to talk to women, because it's like, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to touch a woman sexually like that when she doesn't want me to touch. I don't want to fucking be all like a creep and some shit like that, and creeping on women and some shit like that. I don't want to fucking, be like all creepy and, pick up artists like rapey, you know what I mean? And so I didn't want to be like that. So then I started watching other people who picked up girls, famous people like KSI or other people, guys who pick up girls on Tinder. And it was like, I always watch his videos and I always feel much more discouraged. Like when I watch Loft, he's a very funny guy, but at the same time, like, you watch him pick up all these girls in real life, you start to feel disencouraged, you know what I mean? And I think after a while, I was like, when I was 19, I was trying to lose my virginity because I was like, I'm about to fucking turn 20. And I watched this one guy by his name, maybe I can show you him later if I get the time. I watched a lot of his videos on how he talks to women, and a lot of times it seemed more natural, so I started doing what he did, and it actually worked like very, very well. Like, I got like 3 girls' numbers in like 3 days straight, and it became a bit addictive because it was like I never knew I had this capability to get girls who I'm attracted to number and talk to them actually. So he was very encouraging. But that's later. That's another story I will talk about later on in this video, or maybe in a different video. I don't know. Anyways, the point is simply like I watch these guys and I pick up girls. I feel discouraged, so I will go back online and Google how to pick up chicks on Tinder, whatever the fuck, and they would tell me, oh, you gotta skip. You have to put pictures of yourself in social areas, right? So areas where people can see you having fun, doing stuff. Have friends of yours take pictures of you doing cool stuff, because you want to look like the type of person who actually does shit instead of the type of person who just sits down all day and does absolutely nothing. And in many cases, I followed. I was going to do that, and then eventually my friend was super busy, so I didn't really have time to do that. So one day my mom's like, yo, wanna come to Florida with me and your brother's friends and his friend's family and stuff like that? I was like, hey, fine, I'll do it. So I went to Florida for about a week, and really 3 or 4 days, but it felt like a week. Maybe it was a week, I don't know. And I asked his friends to take some pictures of me, what I was doing, and stuff like that, and immediately, it was so funny, because that same night, right, I posted all those pictures online on Tinder, and I followed the instructions of a lot of these guys who said how to pick up chicks. So one thing they tell you is that keep swiping for like however long, maybe like an hour or some shit like that. Just keep swiping right. Don't even swipe left or right. Just keep swiping right, like super fast. And then when you get matches, filter out which ones you want and which ones you don't want. So unattractive girls, take them out. The attractive girls, put them in. And the reason why is because he said that Tinder is a game of numbers. Girls are very, very picky of what type of guys they like and what type of guys they don't like. And so when you keep swiping and shit, it increases the chances of you getting matches. Now, by doing that, increasing the chance of you getting matches, the more matches you get, the more likely you are to get laid. Now, here's the problem, or not necessarily the problem, but the thing that guy never really said, and it's that, like, a lot of guys who do get laid on Tinder, they're not fucking attractive girls. You know what I mean? Some of them do, and those are usually the most attractive of the bunch. But the vast majority of those guys fuck ugly ass chicks, like the most ugly, like fat chicks, ugly chicks, like anything. I'm not saying all fat girls are ugly, but I'm saying like these guys, they don't fuck the most attractive chicks. You know what I mean? And so like when they get matched with attractive girls, it's not like they may take off the dates, but that's how far it goes. If they're very good, socialites, you know what I mean? If they're good talking to people, then yeah, they may be able to be able to bed some of them. But generally speaking, they don't, end up bedding a lot of those hot chicks, you know what I mean? They just are cute girls. They end up bedding a lot of these ugly girls who are desperate for dick, you know what I mean? To make it vulgar, I guess, if that's vulgar or not. I don't know. The point is simply, so that's what they do, right? And that's why, if you're the type of guy who does follow what they say, you will get a lot of matches, but the moment you start filtering them out, you would slowly but surely begin to realize that you're not really bedding cute chicks, you know what I mean? You're just going on dates with cute girls you're attracted to, and that's a good thing, not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of guys who find it hard to date girls in real life than it is on Tinder. So if that's what you're looking for dating, and then if you're good at talking girls to, go to their house and shit and having sex and shit, then yeah, that's great. But if you're not, then that sucks for you, and that's what happens with a lot of these guys who are antisocial like I was. But anyways, I tried what they said, and it immediately worked for me. I had like 16 girls hitting me up each day, and this shit lasted for so long. I was in Florida, by the way, when this was happening. When I went back to Michigan, it went down to like 10 girls, and the reason why is because Michigan is less populated than Florida, and there's a lot more. I feel like the girls there are a lot more open to dating, guys who may not be super, super smart and shit like that. Because a lot of girls here, you meet on Tinder, they go to U of M. U of M is like one of those top tier schools, you know what I mean? So usually like dating guys who are very top tier, very smart, very educated, and guys who are very tall and handsome. If you're not that, it's like they're negotiating downwards. It's like, oh yeah, maybe, maybe cool. And I'm not necessarily saying all of them that way, because I actually did get a lot of cute girls to match with me, but at the same time, it's like Florida was like lots and lots. So like the first week I was in Florida, I got like 76 matches, and I came to Michigan, it went down to like 56 a week. So 4 to 7 6 a week. Well, that's including the people I matched with. If I didn't filter out those I didn't match with, it would be roughly around 100. But still, point is simply, I didn't. It worked well for me. But at the same time, it's like I didn't bed any of them. You know what I mean? I didn't have sex with all of them because the girls who did match with me, a lot of times they wanted me to go. They want to go on dates with me. They didn't want to necessarily have sex immediately. But the girls who were ugly, they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm down for it." And I can tell you a story recently where there was this girl who wanted to. She's fat. She was very unattractive. She's a cute face, but she was a webcam model. But it was like she was fat though. She was cute but fat, you know. And she wanted me to have sex with her or some shit like that. And then she said she could invite all her friends to have an orgy or some shit like that. And I was like, I'm good, you know what I mean? But still, you can follow that shit and try it out yourself. So, like I said before, just keep swiping. First off, take good pictures of yourself, particularly pictures of yourself doing shit, so you look like you have a social life. In particular areas where there's a lot of people at, so people think that you're an outdoor person who has friends and has a good time and it's kind of funny and crazy a little bit because they like that type of shit. They want to have fun. A lot of these girls on there are very antisocial, or they don't go out as much, so they want guys out there who will take them out more. So take pictures like that, and then at the same time keep swiping and filter out the girls you want and the girls you don't want, and the girls you don't want. And then at the same time, once you do that, when you do get matched, don't immediately push for sex. I think a lot of guys end up turning off girls when they do that type of shit. So of course you understand that if you do that a lot, but still, like I said, don't immediately push for sex. Kind of trying to get to know the person a little bit, and then maybe after a while, tell them you want to meet at McDonald's or like a party or someplace, maybe at the club somewhere. Then go to the club, meet up with them. If they're down, then that's great. If they're not down, then that's too bad. I'm sorry. But just move on. You know what I mean? And then inevitably, you can be able to take those girls out. And if you're good, if you're lucky, then hey, you get laid. But if you're not, then too bad. The only time you can, actually I won't say the only time you can get laid. I don't necessarily know, but generally speaking, don't immediately expect to get laid. Just trying to go out there and try to have the most fun as you can. If the girl's into you, she will immediately respond with, either in a sexual advance or some type of shit like that. I don't know. For me personally, after using it for a while, like I said, I got like roughly 200 matches, probably a little bit more than that, because if I take the girls I didn't match with, but from the girls I did match with, I had roughly 200 within 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. But after a while, man, it just seems really, really boring. Like, I understand why now a lot of these girls on there don't like going on Tinder as much as they used to. Maybe at first these guys are attracted to me, all this cool, but at the same time it's like it gets really, really boring because, like I said before, a lot of the cute chicks on there, they don't really talk. They're not really there as much. You know what I mean? Either they delete the app, maybe they swipe a few times and they get bored. You know what I mean? Or they may talk to you a few times and then they get bored. Then they stop talking to you. Then you're just left waiting days, if not weeks, for them to talk back to you or some shit like that. It just becomes a bit of annoyance and a bit of a hassle. So much so that you just give up or you just feel discouraged. Like, I don't even give a fuck anymore. I now know I'm attractive, or at least decent looking, but now it's like what do I do now? You know what I mean? So for me personally, I like talking to girls in real life more than talking to girls in Tinder, because when you're in real life and not IRL, your personality outshines your looks. So even if you're not that attractive, you have a really great personality. You can pull in really cute chicks easily, and so I'm saying, like, I've been on Tinder for about if I'm talking about the month that I've matched people, about a month at 76, 200 matches, and I met two of them. One girl who I went to her house and she was so weird and shit like that. I tried to have sex with her, but she was like, "No, I'm good. I just want to watch a movie." So we sat there for like 2 hours in the most awkward type of situation. We joked a few times. I never left, and I was like, "This girl is so fucking weird. It's beyond me." And then I went other girl. She was from Ohio. Met with her a few times, but then she's cool. We're friends now. We just became friends. It was a good thing. it was a good thing that we met because she was really cool, and we still talk now. And been like about like a month, you know what I mean? But we just decided to become friends because it was better that way than anything more, you know what I mean? But generally speaking, you know, I mean, I after quitting, I just started talking to girls in real life, man, and I got more girls' numbers in real life. You know, they really liked me, cute girls, really super cute girls I ever met on Tinder. And then if I haven't I've even kissed some girls, then it's to have sex with them. But the one girl had a boyfriend that she didn't tell me about, but I kissed her or something like that. But still, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like a lot of I feel like Tinder is built up to be more than it is, and it should be less of a primary thing than a secondary thing. You know what I mean? It should be something that you do, like if you're bored, maybe you see some cute girls and then you swipe right, swipe left. But that shouldn't be your main focus. Your main focus should be trying to enjoy your life as it is, trying to have fun, hang out with your friends, do stuff, involve yourself in maybe volunteering or projects and other cool shit. And then maybe on the side, go on a few dates, meet some people, and who knows, get lucky and have some sex. Have sex on the side, you know what I mean? But it should not be your primary way of meeting girls and getting girls' numbers and shit like that. You should be going out, talking to girls in real life, because if you spend your time talking to these females on here, you're not really accomplishing anything. You know what I mean? All of it is really confirmation bias. You know, all the girls on here, they're really just there for some type of confirmation bias that they're cute or good looking or whatever the fuck. And then you got some girls who are there or just they just want to have some extra fun because their life is boring as shit. But the girls who are attractive and they have a lot of fun, if they swipe right on you, that's only because they may think you're attractive or funny and they just want to talk to some guys who's going to entertain them, you know what I mean? But that's what I'm telling you, is probably best to talk to girls in real life because you're more likely to get more numbers that way, you're more likely to get more dates that way, and then at the same time, it will break that socially awkward mold that you probably have if you're on Tinder as much and you're socially awkward and you're lonely and shit like that. So, like I said before, like I know guys on there just smashing chicks, you know what I mean? I have a friend who just recently broke up with his girlfriend, or his girlfriend broke up with them, and he's trying to hook up with some chicks, and at the same time, you know, the girls he met weren't that. The girl that I saw with him, you know, she wasn't super cute, but she was alright, but she wasn't super cute. But at the same time, he was like, he really just wanted to go back to his girlfriend because he's like, you girls are here just fucking weird and shit, you know what I mean, or kind of weird, or you're cute, but it's like, you know, like I said before, guys, just if Tinder isn't working for you, then it's probably okay. You know what I mean? Don't really think about it that much. If you get matches on there from girls you like, then talk them up. Try to get to know them before you push out to IRL. You know what I mean? Don't try to push out immediately. One thing about me is that I love talking to people in real life more than I do like talking to people on Tinder or texting because, like I said before, your personality shines out. At the same time, they understand you more than when you text them. When you text people, it's like they don't really understand who you are or where you're coming from, so they always take it the wrong way. Then if you talk to them in real life, then it's like, oh, it's understandable, you know what I mean? And then they like talking to you a bit more. Some girls on there are just like, they block, you text them, they block you immediately, you text them too much, you know what I mean? Because for some reason these females on there, they don't like talking to people like having a regular conversation. They like sending one messages, then getting a immediate response from you, then waiting like a day or two to respond back to you. And that's what I've learned over, you know, the time I was on Tinder. Like nowadays, like when I get a message from a girl, like I wait like a couple hours, you know, maybe a day to respond back, because if it seems that you're on there, I think if it seems that you're on there all the time, then it kind of maybe gives like a message to them that you're lonely and that you really want somebody to talk to, and then that may get them to think something else, or maybe they just think like, oh, the guy seems like too overly aggressive. Maybe he seems like what's the word? I don't know what the word is. Not necessarily trolling, but like obsessive. And girls are like, whoa, I don't want a guy like that. You know what I mean? Or if you're not that entertaining, they immediately match you. So it's like, it really feels stupid to be on there, for me. Because like I said before, I love talking to people. I don't like this whole text messaging thing. I never did. Even before Tinder came out, I'm always been the type of person to talk to people straightforward. People love me for my personality, not like the way I text and shit like that. People always make fun of me when I come to text messages because I say some shit that, you know, seem either awkward or cringy, but then when you see me in person, like, oh, no, I get it, you know what I mean? So, like I said before, I'm done with Tinder. I still have it, but that's only because this is one girl I'm trying to meet up with because she's super cute. That's about it. She's like the only girl I'm trying to talk to right now. The moment, if this conversation doesn't go anywhere, like, I'm literally deleting the app and I'm done with it. Even though I'm not trying to get a gold membership no more. I don't care if they even offer it to me for free. I'm dead ass seriously delete it. I don't want sex from a girl who I don't really see as attractive just because I just want to bust a nut or prove to my friends that I can get laid as much as they do. You know what I mean? It's not something that I see as badass or cool. To me, it seems more like petty and a bit insecure that I have to prove myself that I can bed as many ugly chicks, you know, get as much pussy. That doesn't interest me. I don't really care about that. So, before I did, now I don't really care much. I'd rather be with a girl who I see as attractive and a girl who I like, you know. That's about it. And that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you disagree with my opinions, please leave a comment below. Maybe we can make a follow-up video on this. And who knows, maybe in another video I'll show you the guy who I listen to how to pick up girls. And his way of picking up chicks actually does work. Some guys say, oh, no, it doesn't. And it's funny when I see those guys who are obviously much more attractive than me saying it doesn't work for them. It works for me all the fucking time. You know what I mean? I don't know. But like I said before, if you like it, then respond back. And even if you guys don't respond back, I'll probably just make a video on what the guy does and how it worked out for me. And that's about it. Peace out and have a very nice day, guys. Bye.